Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Logan with West Desert Wheeler. We're out here on my courses that I set up for my own competition that I hosted. Now, it's been a couple weeks since then. However, on the day of the competition, in the rush to get out the door and make sure I grabbed everything, I totally forgot to grab my own trucks. Now, I wasn't planning on actually competing in the competition. I was gonna let some friends drive my trucks, but I'm curious how my comp crawler would do on my courses. Now, I have driven these courses to help set them up to make sure that they were possible, but I wanna come out here and go off of my scoring system and see how I do and see where I lined up against the people who showed up. So it should be very interesting. It should be a fun time. Looking forward to it, and obviously I've already given all the prizes away, so I'm not getting anything out of this other than it's just fun to come out here and try and dodge some cones. So the truck I'm going to be running is what I refer to as my comp rig. This is an SCX 10.2 builder's kit. It's got the AR44 axles. I went ahead and changed to an Incision 3-link up front, 4-link in the rear, standard SCX 10.2 setup. And then I've got a full droop suspension with these Rock Lizard shocks. I've got Rock Pirates RC kit. I've got rear towers, the rock sliders, the Servo battery tray tucked up underneath there, and this thing is ready to roll. Super awesome. These sliders are bent specifically for the Power Wagon body, and they just perform awesome, and you get that awesome metal grinding sound on these rocks. So let's hit the rocks and see how well we can stay off these cones here on my own courses. All right, guys, now I am going to be driving one-handed while I film with my right hand on the GoPro. So I have not practiced any of these courses here tonight. I just set these cones up. In fact, this is the only course set up right now. But when I was doing the competition, this is the course that I actually was judging. So I watched a lot of people drive on this course, and hopefully I can learn from a few mistakes I saw out there at the competition. This gate was extremely tough for most competitors. I gotta try and get this thing hooked. See, the rear is not trying to climb. And so I should have gone into this with just a little bit of momentum. My truck may be narrow enough to squeeze by, but now we're getting bellied out, so we're in a bad spot. Let's work it all the way back over. I do have an Element stealth transmission, so it's got just a little bit of overdrive in the front end. I think somewhere around 12%, which is kind of what I prefer. I don't like too much more than that. So I'm gonna, let's see what just a throttle bump will give me. Okay, now it's spaced our tires off that ledge. Maybe I can actually bump it. Okay, let's get that front tire off that cone. I did not touch that upper cone. Got through the lower one. Now on my courses, I did not have boundaries set here. Man, this thing is not turning sharp. I barely made that turn. I did not have boundaries set up, so you were free to go ahead and drive all the way around like that. This is a standalone bonus, but I liked driving this one in my course setup when I was getting all this set up with my buddies. Run down into this V-crack, coming at it completely sideways, which is not how you want to start a crack like this. Try and use that servo to settle that suspension. So if you clean a gate, if you clean a bonus gate, it was negative 10 points. If you hit the cone, it's positive 10. So it's kind of a big swing from hitting and not hitting. My front tire is way up in the air here, and I'm really trying not to let this truck flip. Luckily, it's actually dragging frame, which is helping me out. It's letting that front tire pull itself along this wall. All right, so that was not good. However, I didn't have to grab the truck with my hand, so I'm not getting any extra points there for reposition. Man, I'm struggling here a little bit, guys. Getting ourselves into trouble. Take the back up now. This is not how I wanted to do this. Gate 1 would still be live, so I don't want to hit it. Damn, I got to take another backup here. So already 2 reverses and just about a reposition. Okay, we are not making good time here. So come up here through gate 2, nice and clean. Now this one I saw a lot of people struggle on. In a rock crawling competition, you got to know when to lay on the throttle, and this is one of those times. You want a little momentum going into this. Take it back up, save my truck. It's better than rolling it over and getting myself into trouble. There we go, up 3. There we go, guys. A lot of people were really struggling on that on the competition. Just proof that there are vehicles that can do it, and that's why it's in this course, is because me and my buddy did complete that gate when we were setting these up. It is difficult, but that's all right. That's what we're here to do. Challenge ourselves. Circle around gate 4. Doing a lot of side hilling here. We got to hug up next to this wall and then kind of just shoot through this one. Nothing too technical there. My competition did not have a time limit, so unfortunately it did run pretty late, which thankfully we had a great turnout. We had 48 drivers sign up, and of those 48, 17 actually completed all 3 courses. Now this is one of my absolute favorite gates that I had set up in the competition. Personally, this is how I would run it, because this gate is set up to where there's really no vehicle that can make this turn. And then the gate itself forces you to get bellied up. So you want to stay controlled. See, and your truck will get dangerously close to this lower cone. I'm probably going to hit it, actually. Holy cow, the truck pivoted around and it made it through it. I'll tell you what, in setting up this course, I did not always get that lucky. So I'm gonna have to score myself in the editing process and put that score up on screen at the end. Got a few more gates left on this course. Lifting that back left tire. That was a ton of side hill going through there. All right, now I messed this up. So I'm gonna take a reverse. I'm gonna get my rear end worked way uphill. And now I want to try and like square up to this gate, come down this ledge straight. Otherwise the rear end might shift on us as it comes down, do something weird. And now I know that my truck is controlled with the front on tires down on the bottom. Nicely done. Exact same thing here, very steep downhill. Just want to roll on through, don't want to take too much time. And then throttle out when necessary. Little momentum. Tires should stick. Bring it on up. And come on, cleaned gate 10. All right, guys, so that was technically course 3. So that's where I'm gonna put the scoring for on course 3. All right, guys, here we are staged on course 2. Got some cones set up now. Hopefully not going to get rained on by these awesome southern Utah late summer storms. Luckily, because of this storm is why I'm actually able to come out here tonight. Really drops the temperatures. On my competition night, it was 110 degrees. Luckily, we started at 7, and the competition went all the way till 11:30 at night. Okay, let's get to it. Course 2, I had everybody start on this rock, so that's where I'm starting from. Go ahead and bring it down. Gotta watch my footing, it's a little tricky over here. Okay, now this was my bonus I set up, but for the course, like for the actual competition, that cone ended up a little bit further to that ledge than I would have wanted, so I'm actually just gonna take the regular gate. When I built this course, I had capper axles on this truck, and I no longer have capper axles, so it's not quite as stable on the side hills. Just kind of falling down that hill, but stayed on all 4. Moving on to gate 2. So that's a big part of any of these competitions, is when you have those bonus lines like that, you've got to know what you can and cannot do. Getting that nice tire hook on gate 2. That was always one of my favorite gates. That was actually Wyatt's choice there. Man, this thing is not turning sharp enough today. Got to take a reverse. Come on down this ledge. And then we got to spin around and go back up that ledge. So let's give ourselves enough room here, hopefully. All right, now we're gonna hit this ledge on the bottom on just a little bit of an angle to try and let those tires come up one at a time. Watching that top cone, got our back tires up. Now it's gonna belly out, just give it a little momentum. Nice, nice, nice. Gotta go up from here. Even the climbs without gates are not always give-me's. I'm gonna come around that bush up top. Not quite as square as I'd like to be coming down this. All right, so I rolled through the gate, I didn't hit the cone. I would consider that a clean pass for anyone else. You guys can be the judge of that on your own, but I'm not gonna give myself the cone because I did not hit it. Obviously, I would greatly prefer to be on all four to go through that gate. This is kind of my own line. I don't think many people tried this gate like this. I just put this gate right over close to the edge here. You can see some loose rocks. And I went way down low so I could drive straight towards this gate for a while. That way I can just come and do it straight. I'm not worried about turning too much and just get done with that. Hopefully making this turn up top. I think I need to set the end points on my servo again. I think those are a little out of whack right now, because I know this truck can turn tighter than this, which is what's driving me crazy. Moving down the hill, starting to get dark. Okay, now this is a bonus line up top, and I will be going for this bonus. Just got to get these tires worked up on these ledges. Nice clean bonus on gate 7. Standard line would be go to the right. That way you don't have the ledge up top. Not quite as difficult as that bonus line, but that was a good bonus for a lot of people to pick up. Maybe pick up and change a gate they may have gotten. Now, this is definitely one of my course's weak points, was that these rocks shifted around a lot, and I know that the dirt was dug out and people did not like this gate. So, sorry everyone. I'll definitely be watching out for that on the next course. So I am going to end up taking gate number 8 right there. And end up flipping over is what I'm going to do. Got to take a backup. Since I killed that gate, we're just going to move around it. That's a really nasty spot. Okay, coming up to this next gate up here, a lot of people had to get creative. My truck is capable of side hilling like this, so I knew this was going to be a tough gate for a lot of people, but these courses, I had to design it for everyone, and I had to make a few really hard gates to separate the really good drivers, because there are some excellent drivers down here. In my unlimited class that had 2.2 MOA cars, the guys with trucks like mine here, which would be the 4.75 class, they got better scores than the MOA car guys. So really impressive driving. Definitely left a big impression on this one. So like I said, my truck's able to side hill right here. It's close to tipping, and if you don't get it right, you will go over. But depending on your setup, you may or may not have been able to do that, or you may have just not seen that line as an option. Okay, here's our gate, get up and over. It's about throttle control here. We're gonna slide into 9. Okay, took 9. That's all right. I could have taken it back up to try and fix it, but for the sake of time, we'll just move on. Again, coming into this pretty side hilled out. Trying to get this thing to turn sharp. Here we go. And this is an absolute belly dragger through here, so we're just gonna kind of get on it to get through 10. All right, I didn't hit it. I don't know. I'll throw that reverse on my score just because. Got to be fair. And that is the end of course 2. We're right back at the start, ready to run it again. Here we are on course 1. We've got lighting set up from the Razor, which is exactly how people were running during the night when I threw the competition. It was mostly a night competition. Most people ran all 3, if not 2 out of 3 courses in complete darkness with just lights. So big shout out to everybody for running that. Hopefully it wasn't too much of a problem. Let's dive into our last course of the night, course number 1. Starting off right on the edge of this big, steep downhill. Super fun spot. Got to make sure not to drive off the cliff as we come in. Get down to the bottom and touch down. Now we're going to swing around. Take as much room as we can. And then we got this small V-notch that I kind of set the cones offset, so it's more of a ledge than a V-notch, although you can use the wall of that to benefit you if you need it. Rock Pirates RC, sliders coming in clutch right there. There we go. It's right around the edge of that cone. Shooting up this big vertical wall. Now I'm going to start to turn and bring it around because of the position of this gate. The low cone is at the bottom of the ledge, the high cone's on the top of the ledge. Tire slip is a bad thing here. I'm going to take a reverse to try and avoid hitting this gate. So let's take the reverse, maybe a little more momentum, speed coming into this. Starting higher up on the wall. Okay, we have not hit the cone up top yet. Shoot it. Okay, we're just going to take gate 3. Both cones at the same time, because when you take a gate, take it like you mean it. Okay, I turned the wrong direction here actually, getting myself in trouble. Take another back up, say off my roof, work around this rock. Now this is where like just the options of getting to the next gate can get you in trouble. And I know this area really well, and I know that I actually wasn't paying attention there, so. This next rock, there's a ravine on the backside. So you have a couple options here, and it may not seem obvious, but you can drive up onto that rock where the 4 cone is. However, I really prefer to drive like ravines and V-notches, so I think this is a fun line. So I'm gonna run it what I would consider to probably be the harder way, chasing that ravine down. And then that arrow cone is what's gonna get us in trouble. Okay, now we're in big trouble. Okay, just gotta take the 15 points to reset the truck. Big bummer right there. That was a big fault, man. So, now I gotta get set up for gate 5. Let's come up and around. Try not to fall in that giant hole. Use up all the real estate we can. This is where a dig unit would be so helpful. Dig units were not allowed in this truck's class anyway, so that's all right. 1 back up. Two backups. All right, guys, we just got to take 5. This is a bitch. This sucks. So originally, that frame is just smashed into that rock, and I'm going to take another backup just to get away from that wall. Originally, this gate was supposed to run towards the camera and not away from it. However, the course judge here set that cone up that direction, and everybody ran it in that direction, so I set it up that way for myself. And I heard a lot of people complain about that gate. I now understand why. Here we go. Offset ledges, super fun. Got to get your tire placement right. You got to keep your belly clear. Tires on the ground. Don't hit the cones of tires. All right, guys, got my cell phone in my right hand along with my GoPro in my right hand, trying to aim it and get it all set up while driving with the left hand. Let's see how this goes. It just gets a little dark up into this corner and I need some extra lighting. These rocks have definitely moved since the competition. Okay, we just lost front wheel drive. Something went bad right here. And I lost my intermediate shaft on my drive line right there. This guy. Damn, got to get that installed. That's a 5-point mechanical penalty right there. All the crap I gave for my buddy, which I even invented the rule because of him, and now I'm the one who has to repair the truck. All right, got our intermediate shaft back in. That's actually from having an unproven, untested truck because I just put a StealthX transmission from an Element in this truck, and I was changing the driveline lengths because the StealthX has that extra gear in there compared to an SCX 10-2 3-gear trans, so I had to shorten my front driveline. Also, I moved these rocks completely truthfully, so that it was actually possible. I know that these rocks were moving around on people during the competition as well. We lost our front tire over here. We lost our front drive again. It's hilarious. It drives 2 courses, no problem, gets into this spot and breaks it twice. All right, guys, getting into my rules. 5 points for a mechanical. I had 2 mechanicals, and then I took a gate. So basically, I can move my truck to the gate, which is a 10-point penalty. So here we are. We are 20 points down right in this little spot. Super vertical. Hard to get up that with most trucks. Again, had to make some tough spots for the guys who can drive really good. And this is basically like dropping into a quarter pipe. You want wheel speed as you come down. So just nice and easy, drop the fronts and then punch it. 15 for a rollover. Saw a lot of people have trouble with that, myself included. Traditionally, there's a bonus gate off to the left of this shot here, but I never liked it and I wouldn't have taken it in the competition. Just trying to get that sidewall bite to get me up this thing. Hit the cone. Took another cone here. Now up to gate 10. Come on, there we go. And then gate 10 is pretty much front tires through because there's just nowhere to go. And that is course 1. Well, that certainly took a turn for the worst real quick, and I really started to eat a lot of crap up in that corner. So big thumbs down on this course. That wasn't very fun up top. Super nasty, but like I say, I gotta separate the good drivers. I was definitely struggling with that, so I'm sure there were other people struggling as well because I'm the one who designed this thing, so I should have done pretty well. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed the courses. I really appreciate anybody who came out to the courses and ran them for my competition. Being my first one, I was blown away with the turnout that I had. I'm really looking forward to throwing another one this fall when the temperatures are not 110 degrees. You guys go ahead and drop a comment down below what you think. I will see you in the next one. Keep the rubber side down.